Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's Thanksgiving Eve. Do you know where your turkey is? That's right, he's right here because it's showtime. Yep. Hi, guys. I'm back. Clearly, we need to do a little dance. Because doing that dance in here.
Recognition.
Recognition. Get you another birthday chest with 2 more seals of approval. And we'll head back and we will do the adventure that is just going on until I believe next Tuesday. The second or third. Well, let's see. Today is Wednesday. 5 days. The second would be 7 days. That would take us to Tuesday. Pretty sure it's through Tuesday. And then I think on Wednesday we get Guild Wars 1 Reforged, which is not as big of a deal as a lot of people are making, but is not a non-deal, for sure. I can't use the Skrit tunnels yet. I don't know where the Skrit tunnels even lead. I will have to try to figure that out. But first of all, we need to get changed into being a Skrit. Lockbite gang. I'm in. My current best is like a 70. Yeah, 70. Oh! Praying Mantid! Praying Mantid? Come on, man. You can do better than that. 114? That's ridiculous. I can't have Praying Mantid be better than me by that much. That just does not... Oh, that's obviously not great for a first start. There we go. Don't know where the hole goes. Don't say it. You need to jump over those because they're trying to trap me. You can tell because it's a trap. Alright. Yep. 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 Gotta grab all the shinies because we are a Skrit. Gotta avoid the traps because we're clever Skrit. That guy just ran into a trap. I don't think the exploding confetti does anything other than maybe make you go, is that a trap? The answer is it's not a trap. So far, I think I've only hit one trap, which for me, is pretty good. Okay, so I think we will finish out these shinies. We'll take a left turn, and we will see where the tunnel takes us. The Skrittle. Oh, he's not. That's no fair. He's not showing the outline of a guard. That is not fair. That was cheating. They're supposed to have an outline. And what does he do? He hits me 4 or 5 times in a row. Absolutely killing my buzz, man. I assumed the traps were in the middle. They were not. Again, with the guard, I'm not getting the, there's supposed to be an outline around them, showing you where their radius of alertness is, and it's not showing up, so I'm bugged. That one was my fault. I didn't make the jump.
I'm here on an...
But I am not happy with not getting the outline for the guards like that guy. The visitor, not sure if that other one that says visitor is a guard or not because he's not showing any radius of detection, so I'm thinking they're not. They're just an actual visitor, not a guard. I have no idea how much time I've got. 22 seconds. 77! So I have set a personal best. I doubt it'll be good enough to get me to the gold medal tier. Especially if I'm going to fall over. I don't see many shinies left. I'm going to make 82. I'm going to make 80. Yeah, there. Okay, there's the outline I was talking about. The radius. And there we go. It is a new personal best. I was right. I could not allow Manta to be beating me by that much. He's still thumping me. But much better. I improved my top accomplishment by 12. That's like, what, a 17, 18% improvement? All the way out. Open up our boxes of goodies. Yeah, which aren't that good. They're fine. There are some nice things you can get, but most of them are one-time purchase only. For instance, you can get Black Lion keys, but only 3 of them, and so on. That was only worth 2. I was robbed.
Speak quickly.
Not sure why. I got a whole lot more yesterday, and, well, the day before, obviously. Well, statuettes aren't bad, but I have approximately 691 already. The Black Lion booster, well, I only have 6 of those. The party hat skin, there's no other way to get that I'm aware of. We're going to go with that. All 3 weights are unlocked, and if you're curious of what that looks like, good evening to those of you who've joined me. I'm not sure it's a perfect match for my rather surly-looking Asura. Even a surly-looking Asura. But I now have access to a festive party hat, should I want one. It's already in the wardrobe. My current helmet is the Ice Reaver helmet. I actually kind of want to keep that skin in place. I mean, easy enough to fix. I just take another charge out. But we'll drop this into the bank.
All prices are non-negotiable.
Where I will note that all prices are non-negotiable. And that is the first part of the evening's entertainment. We're going to log out. Log into a different character. This is the last, I believe, of the characters who has not yet finished out their starting map. I have 4 or 5 characters who are not at the cap. They're all low levels, I think 23 and under, something like that. I think it's 4 of them. This character is Exarch Exegorth. And it's not impossible that someone out there might know what an Exegorth actually is. I will give you a little time. Time's up. You've almost seen a movie with an Exegorth in it. In The Empire Strikes Back. Minox are chewing on the cables and stuff on the Millennium Falcon. And then Han shoots the floor or the ceiling, I don't recall, and you get an earthquake. It's not an earthquake. That giant
Pardon me. I'd like to talk to you.
worm thing
Welcome to a story.
is an Exegorth. Exarch is like an ecclesiastical rank. So basically, think of him as Father Space Worm. You really? We can't invisible? Are you invisible walling me? No. Okay. So we're going to be doing a map completion round here. Is what we're doing here. Here and there. We have a part over here that needs a doing. Okay. Spooters. Whee! And that's how you can get away from spooters. As you can tell, or probably tell, Exegorth is a... Pardon me, Ranger. There's his pet, the mobile salad system.
Seize the moment.
What do I need to do? Sure. Change me into a great big tree thing. We got a diseased grub and a jungle grub that's unhappy with me. Fortunately, I have fists of wood. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's probably hardwood, but I don't know for sure. Oh, Big Thumpy. Spooters. Diseased Grub Burrow. Welcome to Diseased Grub Burrow. A town where all diseased grubs can live in peace. Let's see, over here we need to spread pollen, I think. Yes, indeed. We are spreading our seed. And that does sound dirty. Just as a warning, I will be streaming again tomorrow. On Thanksgiving, at least here in America, it's Thanksgiving. For our Canadian friends up north, they had theirs last month. And for those of you who are not American, you can simply celebrate and give thanks for the fact that you are not present in America. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. There we go. Hard complete. We are 34% done with the map. Sadly, this is one of the very worst maps in the game, and by far the worst of the starting maps. It's bigger. It has more things in it. It is almost exclusively this monotone green everywhere, which I'm not a fan of. And it also has a series of God's awful underwater hearts. 4 of them, maybe more. They're the worst. put this all together with the fact that it's filled with Silvari. This makes it one of the worst maps in the game. And like I said, by far the worst of the starting maps. You know, I've seen discussions on Reddit and elsewhere. What's the best starting map? You know, which race has the best starting map? And anyone who says Silvari is just plain wrong. That's not a matter of taste. That is just fact. Somehow I managed to miss that vista. All right. It's a terrible map. Right. Viewing vistas completed. Don't think there are any more POIs down there or anything. Right? We have some kind of bossy thing over there. I was going to help.
Maybe, but we better not take any chances. Let's wipe out the rest of them.
All right, let's murder some more minions so we can get at least partial. But we've probably already done this. I'll res the warden because hey, I'm a good guy. We help people around here. But sometimes we help people and a grub bursts out of their body. So that's less good. Certainly less good for them. Time for us to do some spy work. Sort of. No flying here.
Here! More undead! Watch your flank! It's vulnerable! Strike!
I defeated him. My power
Talk
is
about a wild hunt!
amazing. Those are not as good as what we're wearing. Time for us to do some spy work. Warden Spy Alarin. What can I do to help? Whatever needs done. I'm ready. Just like that. I'm in disguise. Lens in disguise. Not with diamonds. With shrubbery. I got a silver for the small amount of stuff I did. Let's clear the barrier and clear the barrier. And because we're nice guys, we play with the nightmare pups and they love us because of course they do. We're just basically lovable. I think everyone who knows me agrees that I am not that lovable. I will console the pooch. I will help the hound. Comfort the animal. Is it really an animal, though? Isn't it more of a plant? We also have a POI up here. We want to grab that. And a heart that we want to grab. Or not a heart, an arrow point. Words. Words are tough. Have you noticed? For me, a well-deserved hero point, as I am well-deserved as a hero.
a refined state of being. Why refuse that?
Turn away from their words. They mean nothing.
Another level. We've got a new bow. Well, our old bow does less damage. Well, currently that's the great sword and the spear. Ooh, spear. I don't think I've done much with Ranger's spear. I'll have power. I'll go with that one. Let's poke around a bit with spear and bow. That's the old bow. Alright, so we have done that little bit. I think we come back to here. Pardon my occasional coffee slurpage. Oh, what is it we got? We got 7. Stun break, huh? I already got sharpening stone. Next, 10 attacks inflict bleeding. That seems actually pretty good. Let's go with that instead. Combo field fire. What's the cooldown on that? 30 seconds. It's okay. We don't even have a second pet yet. We got to keep our eyes open for a second pet. If you're not familiar with it, what we're looking for is, say, like a juvenile jungle stalker. Sadly, that one's already taken. Could have tried to steal it from him. Doesn't work that way, but I could have tried. That's a juvenile fernhound, which is what I have, so I would gain nothing. Even if I could. Coming through.
They've reached the goal. Fall back to reinforce.
I'll help. We will murder them. I already got this heart done. Must. Yep. I outfoxed myself. We already grabbed that, so we have DOI over here. Pardon the big sigh. Arrow point out here? My brain is telling me this. Generally speaking, as I said before, my brain, sometimes it has shit for brains.
On the Weeping Island.
There we go. More XP. We have just finished out the first adventure guide volume and opened the second volume.
I could have joined the
And
guard,
that allows us to
but
cash in
no,
any of the
Mother
second
had other
volume
plans.
achieves we've already completed.
I'm here because
Which
guns
you can't get
scare
credit
me.
for until
What?
you finish
How
the
can you be
first.
afraid of guns?
So I just went
I
from
just
level
am.
13 to level 16. As you can tell, lots of chapter 2 stuff finished. Maybe it was just the one. Maybe it was just 15 to 16. I've gotten as many as 5. Oh, there we go. 17. I hadn't opened it. Yes, so we went from 15 to 17. That's a bit more like it.
May the stars
We have
guide
shoulders
you.
for the first time. Well, actually, we have shoulders because otherwise our arms would fall off. That's just science. I think we can make do with what we've got. We'll hold on to our points until we can open up specializations at level 20. 4 levels from now, so we'll spend our points when we get there. Then I've already got the storyline. I finished out the first chapter of the storyline in this character, and so that's why some of this has been cleared out or opened up completely. It's a shovel. Bag of grass. Alright, I'm carrying the grass. Gather lavender, search sand piles. Build scarecrows and return escaped sea moths and protect harvesters. I'm not sure where we build the... Don't remember ever actually doing a number of the things in this heart because it's not at all clear where you're supposed to do them and what you're supposed to do. Which is one of the telltale marks of a really terribly designed heart piece of content. If you've got no idea what you're supposed to do after doing this, I don't know, 40 or 50 times, I've probably done this map.
You rarely see one of those.
And I have no idea. Zip.
Swift and steady.
I know there's something supposed to do with the shovel. I think you're supposed to dig in the sand and then take those to somebody, but it's like they're not worth the contribution that you get for it, and it's much faster to just kill things. And that's just bad design. Really, they need to take one or more of their interns and do something to have them refactor some of these parts. They're just not fun or interesting. They're badly scaled. Some just take way longer than they should. That would be all of the water ones. There, I rezzed you. That ought to be enough. Awakened remnants. They're good XP. They're very good XP. How far away are they? Not too terribly far. We're going to attempt to get over there in a timely fashion. These show up in the starting zone. Oops, and it's gone. They finished it. There'll be more, presumably. There is another batch.
What is your favorite implement?
What is my favorite implement? That's a very personal question. Where did this dude? Oh, he'll be back. There he is.
I'll break you down.
Basically, you want to make sure that you get tags in all the months so you get your XP for them. Heading back to the south. Normally there are multiple spawns. But that's not what I'm seeing here. Whoops! Oh, it might be multiple spawns. Looks like it is actually spawns down here. That's close. They're very good XP, so that's why I'm doing it.
I feel furious.
I feel furious! incoming. Next wave. Yep, there they come. They're coming in too fast.
Might and glory.
Now we get the champ. Yeah, the champion has arrived. As I said, because there's a lot of people running around, you want to make sure you get tags in as many things as possible.
I'm wilting. Need more endurance.
At the level 18, we have finished off the Awakened here. Awakened all the way up there. The odds of my making it pretty slim, but I'll try. Another one there, but we didn't grab the waypoint when we were in the area because, well, we were in a hurry. We had places to be and things to murder. Don't be a dead end. Don't be a dead end. Thank you.
Note, no response. Behavior deemed suspicious.
I hate the wall clinging. We so desperately need a toggle for that. The default behavior of grabbing on is just so awful. Whoop, one of these guys. They basically form a big vortex around themselves.
Need more endurance.
Makes them suck. Oh, that guy is clearing out his throat. That was unpleasant. Oh, dude, come on, man. You're in public. I'm not welcome.
Furious.
Doing it again.
Safe from harm.
Got at least one more. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, someone. In the forest of far corners.
I feel furious.
Well, I tagged all of them. I have dinged again. That was for swapping weapons.
Might
Silly, but
and
that's
glory.
what I do. Yeah, you were chosen, all right. Adventure successful. The awakened remnants have been eradicated. We eradicated the awakened remnants.
Life is discovery.
Oh my god. I swear to God, I want to take every single Sylvari and smack them so hard. I'm sorry, was I saying something? Uh-huh. 19.
Seize the moment.
Sure, I'll seize the moment. Which moment am I seizing? Put away the put-awayables.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
That's salvaging items. Another completion. We got 5 Palawan phylacteries. Oh, seriously. And those are going to have
That's valuable.
green and yellow boxes of loot. I'm encumbered. I need more bags. Lens needs bags badly. That one has to be.
This is the only proper course.
I'm going to have to go through this. This is going to take a minute. We obviously can't do anything with a level 80 weapon. Feed that to the silver.
I was manufactured to the highest standards.
I got no globs of ectoplasm back, and this is disappointing. Let's see what we've got. Maces. Oh, we can use maces. With these pants that are better than my current pants. For those immediately. That's another awakened item.
Power
Hey,
flow
a
at
glob of
30%.
ectoplasm this time.
Rerouting.
Who doesn't like a nice glob of ectoplasm? We can use those. Use that. 240, 236.
I was manufactured to the highest standards.
Can't use that.
You listen to me. Trouble's coming.
Can't use
Better
that.
be ready for it.
Trouble's coming.
Affirmative.
I have gotten new pants. Those are not of any use at all. I can't even salvage those.
Seize the moment.
I grew up in Radissoon, but I think of Lion's Arch as my home.
Gosh, that's nice.
My mom always said home is where you've invested all your money.
Your mom said that, huh? Mom was a little bit focused on the money, I'm thinking. Okay, now we'll toss that. That staff we'll want to keep. Mace we'll want to keep. We now have 2 maces. Plural for mace, of course, is mace-eye. He's making shit up again, guys.
This is the only proper course.
And we'll just go ahead and open up all these boxes. It's going reasonably well. A quiet Wednesday night, and tomorrow,
Why is that?
turkey sandwiches and stuffing all day long.
And yet, I feel completely transformed around me.
See, that's one of the great things about being an adult. Well, at least legally being an adult, is I get to determine which parts of Thanksgiving I want to partake in. Turkey's okay. Now stuffing is great. Turkey sandwiches the next day, why wait for the next day? I'm just gonna have them tomorrow.
This is the only proper course.
Consume those. Let's see what we can get from these. I would like at least 3 ectos.
Threshold achieved.
An ecto. There's our 3 ectos. Any more? 5 ectos out of 3 yellow items is pretty good. No, this is a Sylvari. I'm running this Sylvari through the Sylvari starting map. It's the last of my characters, my new batch of characters that have not finished out the starting map. And that's going to take a while because, well, Caledon Forest is big and it has some very, 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 very slow hearts. So they are sort of the equivalent in a lot of ways of elves in that they're, plant and woods and forest focused, but they are themselves kind of plant-like. Actually, more than a little bit plant-like. So, for instance, that doesn't look like a human. Can't show you most of the rest of them. I'm going to move his gloves, and you can sort of see it. I don't like mine to look too planty, but some people have theirs look like they're in full bush mode. But I just got another item of attire, and as is tradition, a new item of attire means random dies applied to everything. Here we go. Yeah, that doesn't look very rangery. Stone, purple, and electro lime. Well,
I deserve an award.
Electro lime is kind of plant-like because limes are plants. Excuse me. Pardon.
Our engineers did a bad
Well,
job
I mean,
on the roads and
we also do have
I like the feel of
as
cobblestones under my feet.
gifts for the long-term players. God damn. I'm coughing like crazy, and I didn't even swallow down the wrong pipe. I think when starting with the 9th year anniversary, they had a set of 6 dies, and you only can get one of those each year after your event, after your account is that many years old.
There's a report of massive
And those are
climate
things
activity
like
out there. The
cherry
Harris
vanilla, which you can see right there, orange cream. Taffy is quite remarkably eye-searing. Limesicle, a much, much brighter version. And, of course, bubblegum. Oh, yeah. The cosplays in the game are remarkable. I don't know if you're familiar with Preach. He was a WoW streamer, but has branched out into doing all kinds of games. He did basically a complete playthrough of Guild Wars 2. Enjoyed it a lot. But he also had a costume contest at one point. And some of the stuff people came up with was just ridiculous.
At least we never miss a meal. And I'd rather... You did well. Bit rough around the edges, but still.
Yeah, call me rough around the edges, you char punk. Alright, so we were running around the map because there was a map-wide event. We were actually a good distance away from where we were working on things. I will grab anything obvious while I'm on my way for XP purposes. Almost everything in the game gives you XP, so. I am very close to level 21, at which point we open up the specialization lines. Anyone who's not familiar with the game, you get hero points as you level up and do activities that give you hero points. You spend those to unlock skills and passives. And I'll give you a quick look at that. Grab the POI, the point of interest. POI is point of interest. Basically, everything I'm doing here, even the beaniest little thing, is going to give some XP. We're very close to level 21. I've been saving up points so I can drop a fair number. The spec lines or passive are quite powerful and in large part can define your build, especially over time. And there we go, that's 21. 6 more hero points. So, at 21, the first spec line opens up. You can spend your hero points, first of all, on training. These are all of the skills. So far I've put some points into unlocking some of the traps and some of the survival skills. There's also nature spirits, signets, which are mostly just passive abilities that you can trigger for more powerful abilities. And commands are for the pets. Rangers have pets. The specialization lines, marksmanship is going to improve your use of ranged weapons. Skirmishing, your melee. Wilderness survival is going to be, toughness and maybe movement speed. Nature magic will be good for the spirits, and any of your skills that use that, and beast mastery again for the pets. Let's see, probably gonna go with skirmishing. Yeah, let's go with skirmishing. And so I've been saving up points here for like 5 levels, 6 levels, something like that, so that we can make a decent number of points in start in the line. I'm now equip that line. The first line is open. Level 21, 45, and 71. They open up. Eventually you'll get the elite specializations.
Who are these Tengu? What's their story?
Those can only go in the bottom.
All I know is they come from a far-off land.
So far, we only have skirmishing available.
What happened to make them wall themselves off from the
When we
world?
swap weapons, we gain movement speed.
They never talk about it.
We have our choice of these 3 sharpened edges. We have a chance to cause bleeding when we critical hit. When you evade an attack, gain vigor. Duration of boons and conditions applied by traps. I currently have 2 traps. You can see the skills at the top have a name, and then they say trap beneath them. This one doesn't. It's a survival skill.
But the ale out here tastes like dew filtered through lilac
Increased
leaves.
duration of boons and conditions. So in this case,
That's a piece of fruit.
it'll cripple them for 3 seconds when they hit these, which lowers their speed. And in this case, they'll burn for longer or bleed for longer. That one. Gain fury when swapping weapons. That adds 25% to your critical chance. That's a flat number. So if you're sitting at 15%, swap weapons, it goes up to 40% immediately. Pretty good number of crits. I'm going to change that over and go with sharpened edges. And lastly, Fang and Claw, Feline, Avian, and Drake pets. Gain increased precision and ferocity of these skills. Grant fury around the range. So that's again more critting.
Yeah, but Asura by themselves.
Let's see. Feline, Avian, and Drake pets. Currently, I still only have a canine pet. I need to find a couple more juvenile pets that I can train. I'm not sure where they reside. Normally, at this point, if I wanted to take a break, lots of choices. You cannot reassign the hero points you have spent here. Eventually, you'll have all of this, probably by around level 70 or so. You'll have all of this stuff to change, and you can change your skills and whatnot, and the weapons you're using. You can change your build on the fly as long as you're not in combat.
It makes me feel so much more at ease knowing the Caledon Haven is so nearby.
So even if you make, quote-unquote, make a mistake in spending your hero points, it's easy enough. You'll just pick up a few more points over time, and eventually you'll have everything. And it's not going to be an enormous deal while you're leveling up. Generally speaking, leveling up is pretty straightforward. We have another juvenile fernhound. Sadly, that's what I'm currently have as a pet. I mean, I could have 2. I don't think there's much of an advantage to 2. Let me move back to where I was. Working on my leveling was here. Yeah, and then eventually you'll also have availability as, the elite specializations become unlocked in the expansions. They are more focused, more narrowly focused skills. A more narrowly focused spec with additional skills. They are generally better at any given sort of focus than the base specs would give you. So, for instance, Ranger has the Druid elite specialization, and the Druid is particularly good at healing. So, it's going to be better at healing than any of the other Ranger specializations. So that's what I mean by it has a more narrow focus. In that it is, you don't have to do a healing with it. It has other things that it can do well. But if you're going to do healing with a Ranger, you probably want to be in that for general purposes. I will remind anyone watching, if they are not aware of it, the base game is free to play, and the reason I bring that up is that for the next almost week. Until next Tuesday, there are significantly big sales on for the game. So, if you've ever considered trying Guild Wars 2, now is a very good time. Not so much because trying it now is a good idea, but if you like it, the fact that it is on sale right now might make it a much more attractive proposition. As an example, the package that includes the first 2 expansions, that's an additional profession. By default, the game has 8. It has a 9th profession. It has 2 elite specializations for every profession, every class. It has mounts, it has gliding, it has masteries, it has more stuff than that. It has a boatload of maps, it has really good story. And normally that's $30, and right now it's $12. And that also unlocks additional stuff in the base game, additional character slots, the ability to more freely use the auction house, that kind of stuff. So normally I wouldn't be pointing out that, hey, now's a great time to try, because it's basically the same trial as it ever is. The difference is right now, if you like it, you've got about a week to buy things at a really good price. Alright, well, first things first, we're going to kill the big worms here before we summon the really big worm. Probably should kill the little yellow worm there, too.
Sweet and steady.
And then we're going to summon the big worm, which is a hero challenge, which gives you a hero challenge. Those things I was just talking about spending. You gain some for leveling up, and the rest you can get from doing hero challenges. A lot of hero challenges don't require anything at all from you other than just standing there quietly for a moment while it gives you the point, and others you've got to fight a big semi-tough mob. Come on. Oh, there's the other one. And hero point. That will allow us to get Hiss. You and your pet's power. You and your pet gain power, additional power while wielding a sword. I'm currently wielding a spear, but the sword is a very solid weapon. It said sword. Didn't say great sword, did it? Not sure. So what I'm doing right now is map completion. Basically, it's going through the whole map and doing every single thing on the map. That's all of the hero points, all the points of interest, all of the vistas, all of the waypoints, and all of the reputation hurdles. All of it. And because I enjoy the open world gameplay, this is how I choose to level up. There are more efficient ways. This also has the bonus in that when you finish any of the open world maps, so not the major cities, it has about a 30%, 1/3, not sure which one it is, chance of giving you a key that'll open one of the lockboxes. Now, my biggest complaint about why I don't much like this specific map for map completion is it has, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 parts that have to be done underwater. And I want to be clear, Guild Wars 2 does underwater combat much better than any other MMO. It's just not that great. It's better than everyone else, but it's just not. Now, that's a me thing. Your mileage may vary, as the saying goes. I missed them both. There were 2 of them, yet somehow I managed to not actually hit them. This This is actually one of the better iterations of this because we're being invaded. And we can kill things on land a hell of a lot faster than we can kill them underwater.
Help! Several Hylek have gone missing south of here.
Several Hylek have gone missing. Sorry. Right now, I'm busy cleaning up your crate neighbors. What kind of weapons do I have for water? All right, we've got the spear, and we do have the spear gun. All right. There we go. I shot a bunch of piranha at him, which seems a little unfriendly. I have scored 500 killing blows in 14 years with the harpoon gun. Or spear gun. I'm assuming that's like 10 achievement points. 6? Oh, I have 4,500 more to do to get the next tier. So yeah, okay, never mind. That won't be happening. That's not happening tonight, guys. Sorry. I will not be killing another 4,500 mobs underwater with a harpoon gun. I feel like I've let you down. Why did that guy just explode and die? Was not asking for that. Bleed.
I deserve an award.
Daily blood in the water. That's for killing so many of the crate.
Thank you for helping.
You're welcome. Oh, froggy boy. Almost done. We did get off to a nice start when there were a number of them up on land. And that is the heart complete. Victory is mine-ish. Ooh, got a black lion chest. Surely if we get a black lion chest, that must presage that we are going to get a black lion key at the end of the map. I'm sure that's what it means, right? Please? I hope everyone is ready for tomorrow, Thanksgiving, at least if you're an American. Both the good and the bad. The good, of course, being eating until you throw up. Okay, maybe throwing up might not be all that good. But eating delicious food. The bad, well, that may rely on your relations with your family. We have another POI. We'll grab that and get out of Dodge. Historically, for a lot of people, getting together for a family get-together can be a high-stress situation. On the positive side, at least for me, stuffing. And I don't just mean stuffing myself, although I do mean stuffing myself. But the incredible carbohydrate-tastic food that is stuffing. Escaped experiments.
If I started my own grove, would I be like a firstborn?
Do I have to talk to the NPC? I think I do. I think there's a tool.
The Sauger
Entering combat.
Is it? I don't think it's the heart? No, it's not the heart. Where's the NPC for this event? Zaxxas. Alright, where is Zaxxas? Oh. There he is. Hello, Zaxxas. Things look like if I had will do.
Thank you for recovering this experiment. It will never escape again.
Did I capture it? I don't know. Somebody did. Was it me? I think I've got one. Yay! I got one.
Bring those things back to the column.
I don't think the hermit crab counts. Still looking for other juvenile critters that I can take over. Where are we here? Let's see. Alright, I have a heart over there.
You are my favorite.
We'll get at least a bronze level of contribution. I don't want to... It can turn into a bit of a pissing fight, that one event, as people are trying to capture the things that other people are making capturable. This is Tovar. Kill courtiers and their pets, free prisoners, destroy turrets, and generally wreak havoc in Hemlock Coil. Gosh, I don't know. That just sounds mean. Of course, the Nightmare Court, they're kind of dense, so sure, I'll do that. I will destroy their Nightmare Mortar while I'm at it. Hi, guys. Boom! Goes the dynamite. Technically, no dynamite was actually involved. Spooters! Lots of spooters! Nightmare spooters, handle it! Nightmare Court Spider. Tame it. Really? I'm not sure you can actually, tame spiders. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, I'm not sure that's possible. Squoosh. Squoosh. I did, in fact, get a bronze from that event. One or two more spooter eggs ought to do. Well, and the concomitant spider that comes out of said. Spooter eggs, there we go. We are 70% done with the map now. And we're level 22. 7 levels, I think, today. Yeah, 7 levels today. So far. Quiet down there. My tummy is talking to me. We missed that heart and that vista. I think that's the little scrit area. Yeah. Getting to this vista before flying was a lot more challenging. I missed both. Tried to hit both, instead I missed both.
Swift and steady.
Pile of gears. Scrit shiny thing. Alright, I knew we were only gonna get the one. Sorry, Scrit. I always feel bad beating up Scrit.
Attack! Yes!
So generally helpless in small numbers. In large numbers, of course, they become smart. Not like additive smart, like multiplicative smart.
I need some help!
He does need some. Another event successful. I don't even remember which one that was, embarrassingly enough. Researcher Zippity. What is it you need? Do you not need any of the things that I've been picking up?
Likelihood that entity 9130 is Skrit decreased.
You're talking to yourself, my friend.
Unknown entity. I am RST-417. I must ask you
New pants, better pants. This will be an upgrade.
Question: are you a Skrit?
New dies.
Low at 30%.
New dies incoming.
Rerouting.
Alert, alert.
Behavior deemed
New dies
suspicious.
incoming.
Mark for further observation. Possible entity.
Here we go.
or
They're
non-compliance
random.
has been noted.
That's not going to help me hide in the forest. Branded, enameled strawberry, and
Do
straw.
not be alarmed. I am here to help.
We're almost done.
Quick! Kill it!
Now we're done. 73% done in the map. And the Skrit Shiny had some
My
scraps
crew's on
of
the verge
jute.
of a breakthrough.
We have another heart over here to the east. Probably chose the wrong direction, but that's fine. I'm a grown-up. I can deal with hardship, unexpected barriers to my advancement. We already got that waypoint. Is this another one of the water? So, yes. We hate the water hearts. I hate this map. I hate this map. Defeat Crate, bring Hylic armor, and rescue Hylic slaves. Right. Well, let's see. We will kill this Nimros, which is kind of like a Nimrod or possibly a Nimnull. I doubt anyone here would remember what a Nimnull is. We'll res the Amini, then the Kolkani. Because I have the key, I think I can open a crate chest and get the free goodie. Once a day, I think. It had Hylic armor. And that's even better. It had 3 little froggies. 3 little Hylic froggies. So that wasn't one of the reward chests that you can open with the crate key. Attack of the Piranhas.
Take that!
Thank you for helping.
You're welcome. Another player. Also doomed to do a water heart. Several water hearts, actually.
I feel furious!
I feel furious! With 2 of us, it will go much faster. Oh. Not sure, they may be a new player and not realize that we both get full credit. So if there's other players around, it always makes things faster and easier for you to just murder together rather than murdering separately.
Thank you for helping.
Sure. You're welcome. Very polite frogs. Unlike, say, if you go to Paris. We used to call the French people frogs. Art complete. Yay, we are 3/4 done. with the map now. Don't need the high like I need armor anymore, but we can sell it. So we have Vista, POI, and then another goddamned water heart. I hate this map. Have I mentioned that I am not the biggest booster of this map? This is why when I see people talk about how this is the best of the racial starting maps, I must assume they are either paid shills or on drugs. How's Guild Wars going? Been playing the PoE League. It is a good league. I just played my way up to about level 80 or so. Got into maps. And there's been just a whole lot of other games that have been keeping my interest. Guild Wars 2 is in pretty good shape. The latest expansion is quite good. And I can say that without any real contrary feelings about it. A couple of the new mechanics they've put in are a little bit clumsy, but they have been tidying those up. And the expansion itself, the gameplay, all that stuff is really quite good. It's a poisonous urchin. I've been called a poisonous urchin in my time too. I just don't think that's fair.
We heal as one.
Oh, great hypnos. I will, however, speak about how much I detest water hearts and this map in general. This has been my TED Talk. Guild Wars 2 is having something of an additional sort of renaissance, as was, maybe 2 years ago. A bunch of new players tried out Guild Wars 2, and it seems like we're going through another one of those phases. You leveled a class to the 50s forever ago. Same class you're playing, a ranger. I am playing a ranger. Your mileage may vary.
Cool. Quaggan thanks you.
I have no water pets. I must do something about that. But a number of players, significant names in the MMO streaming community from Final Fantasy XIV and WoW, have started playing, and they have been having a good time, and so there has been another recent influx of new players. We've got Barracuda. Ooh, Barracuda. Sorry. I can't help myself. Old man music takes over. We have the Crate Blood Idol, which just sounds, I think, every bit as gross as it is. We will hit this light, get the heart, and get out of dodge. Yeah, it is nice to see as a long-term player. I have seen people say that that the community in Guild Wars 2 is remarkably friendly and welcoming. It sounds like propaganda, but it's true and it has a reason. For so many years, people would ask, friends, other gamers and stuff would say, so what are you playing? And we'd go, playing Guild Wars 2. And the response for years was, isn't that game dead? And so over the last few years, when it's had sort of a renaissance, we're very welcoming because for so long, instead of getting, isn't that game dead? We get, hey, the game's supposed to be pretty good, isn't it? And so we want to be welcoming to new players, and sometimes we would be what I would describe as aggressively welcoming to new players. We're a little bit too friendly sometimes to new players. Where players, most of the time, most players, they want to, sort of do things at their own pace, especially when they're new to a game. And they don't need, a person or a couple of people trying to escort them around and trying to explain 100 things a minute. So we can be too welcoming, which sounds weird. But the community is genuine because we want people to enjoy the game. And not just from the purely practical, we want to make sure that the game doesn't die, so we want everything to be successful, but also because we just think it's a great...
Sweet and steady.
Find Guild Wars 1 players are a lot the same. Yeah, well, a lot of the older games, MMOs especially, and Guild Wars 1 isn't an MMO, but has a lot of the same functionality as a CO RPG, have small, loyal communities that are extremely enthusiastic about helping new players. For, a couple of reasons. Practically, because they want the game to continue to live, and the more players who are playing it, the more it's going to live. And that's purely a matter of practicalities. But also because they think their game is good and they want other people to realize how good their game is. So I get the same thing, when I've played ESO has it to a degree. I was surprised at how friendly they were. But the much smaller game communities, things like Guild Wars 1, when I play City of Heroes, which I'll probably be doing tomorrow, I always get people coming back, or new players, or new people coming to the stream because they want people to play and enjoy their game. This is a game that we love, and we want it to be successful, but we also think it's so good that we think other players will enjoy the game. We don't want them to miss out. Now, not every game is for every person. So I always like to, I like to couch my descriptions with some caveats. I like to, say, don't expect this, don't expect that, this is what it's good at, maybe not so good at this. And right now, I am also going out of my way to encourage people who have never played to try it. It's not because the base game is free, although I think that's good, but it's because for the next week, there's a very big sale. And so if, as a new player, you play it for, 2 hours or 4 hours or 6 hours over the course of the next 5 or 6 days, and you're having fun, it means you can, for $12, you can get the first 2 expansions and all of the stuff that comes with that, as well as opening up the full base game. So that's why I'm kind of pushing Guild Wars 2 right now, is because it's a really good deal right now. Had a lot of good experiences yourself, people helping you when you were not dumb even, just new. And a game like Guild Wars 2 has got a lot of things it does differently from WoW, or any of the WoW clones, Final Fantasy 14, Lord of the Rings Online, Star Wars: The Old Republic. Games where they are strongly influenced by WoW. And obviously, WoW is also an influence to this game, but they do a lot of things differently, and it can throw people who really don't understand things like, I don't have any quests. What am I supposed to do? Run around the map and do stuff. Sounds goofy, but that's it. The reputation hearts are basically little tiny quest hubs that usually will offer you 4 or 5 things you can do to make progress, and you do those for maybe 5 minutes, and you finish out the heart, and you get the XP. And the fact that the weapons determine your skills, or most of your, at least your straightforward combat skills. A great sword on a Guardian is a 2-handed sword, melee weapon, does lots of damage. A 2-handed sword on a Mesmer is a ranged weapon. And so all of those are very different concepts for most players from a game like, particularly people coming from something like WoW. Not better, not worse, but really quite different. And so it is not unusual for players to feel dumb just because it's a bit of an exaggeration, just because they don't get it immediately. And I want to be clear, I didn't get it immediately either. 179. When I first bought the game, I pre-ordered the game to get access to the beta. And after playing for about 2 hours, I thought I'd made a mistake, because I wasn't getting it. The game didn't make sense to me. The systems seemed strange and nonsensical in some ways. But after about 2 more hours, the lights went on, and I got it. I understood how the game was working, that it was different, but now I was understanding how it worked. The differences and what made them work or not work for me personally, the things that I found fun, the things that I found less fun. Because no game is going to be perfect for everybody. And so it has a learning curve, but also a straightforward time curve. That it seems unreasonable that you should be immediately just start playing and go, wow, this is awesome. It's going to have a lot of, huh?
I know your face from my dream.
Because it does things so much differently. And frankly, as a guy who enjoys MMOs, I wish more games would do things more differently. One of the things I find that I am unenthusiastic about a lot of the new releases that come out of Asia is they tend to hew much closely to standard styles of play. Things that, that they know their, especially Asian audiences want. They are less likely to try very new and different game systems, because historically the money is made by hewing relatively close to certain standards and norms and, I want to call them tropes or cliches. And they don't want to stray too far because, well, I would assume in the past that hasn't worked out great. We're getting close to the map completion here, aren't we? We are at 86%. Juvenile jungle spider, yes! Yes! I have tamed a juvenile jungle spider. And we shall name it the Ungoliant. I now have 2 land pets. Yay! We're not in the heart yet. We need to find the heart. We have an event here, but no heart. All right, we've got 4 waypoints on the map. Now, let's go ahead and stick close initially here. We do have a heart. Let's go all the way to the entry to the next map. Grab that waypoint and then head back in. Waypoint. 87. All right. We have a hero point up there where there's another player. 2 players who apparently have already just finished it. Fine. I will call out to the darkness, and the attendant of sorrows has arrived, ladies and gentlemen.
A splendid combination.
I've used my utility skills. We have another waypoint over here. We have a POI, a waypoint, and a heart. This waypoint here is near a dungeon. Oh yeah, 91%, ladies and gentlemen, 91%. We do have a heart. We do have We're going to murder some Nightmare Court, which is always, is a winning idea right there. Let's go ahead and swap back into my mobile salad system. That's its name. I didn't name it that. It came with that name. He's lying. Nightmare Court here. I'm coming to say hi. Hello. Who doesn't like killing Nightmare Court? I like to think that I bought the K-Tel version of the mobile salad system. That's an old guy reference. You got to be an old person, a genuinely old person, to get a reference to K-Tel. K-Tel used to do album collections of pop hits. Of what we used to call AM radio hits. Steady. Nightmare Thorns. We'll leave the Moss Heart alone on account of he's big. And I'm tiny. Sometimes you gotta bust stuff up. Oh, they killed the giant worm not very long ago because the corpse is still lying there. I definitely want to pick the carrots next to the corrupted plant and the giant worm. Nothing says, I want carrots. Quite like corruption and mutation. Those don't count towards the progress. That's disappointing. Son, I disappoint. Nightmare Thorns. Corrupted plant. We are 93% complete. Away those goodies, that there.
This is the only proper course.
Turn that into something I already have 1,250 of. Heart complete. We have another heart to the northeast that I didn't do. Somehow managed to miss that one. I think that's probably the last one on the map. Yep. Last heart on the map. Oh, this is the road heart. Right. Killing skeeters. Squooshing larvae. Whoops. Guess what? Can't squish them. They turn into mosquitoes. Stomping on the larvae turns them into mosquitoes. I don't think that's the way it works in real life. Merchant,
Trolls killed our pack bull. I'm afraid we might be next.
Your Doliac is taking a rest, dude. Have you been mistreating your Doliac? I don't know how much worse could you make troll food that it's going to make them sick.
Calm down, Trundle. Keeping spite for the dead doesn't help anyone.
Oh, I'll take my sight to the grave, thank you very much. It killed my favorite bull.
This is going to be a long, hard trip, now isn't it?
You were the one who decided to take a break.
Oh, good. Why don't you two just keep fighting about it? Poison the troll food. I like to think we're taking a crap in it, but I don't know for sure. It's possible they might find that like ketchup. Oh, human crap? Condiment. Oh, absolutely. Like Sylvari crap. Yeah, I don't know. I think Sylvari are not just vegetarians, and even the definition of vegetarian for the Sylvari might be a little bit difficult.
Hello.
What do you have for sale? A bottle of Remy Trundle Lager. Well, why would I not want a little bit of lager?
Take care of yourself.
I have consumed 3 out of 9 of the world's ales. I didn't realize that was the thing I needed to do. Now I do. All right, we have 1 POI and 1 hero point left. Around here somewhere. Oh, and it's 2 waypoints. 1 waypoint, 2 waypoints. We'll head that way first. So 2 waypoints, a POI, and a hero point, and that's map completion. And hopefully a key, if we're lucky. About 1 in 3 chance. All right, we have 95%. Yep, that's 3 things left. We have a waypoint, a POI, and a hero point.
Sometimes when I meditate, part of my dream returns to me. A dark part.
All right, there's the POI. Dead ahead. Unsurprising that we hadn't been here. Those are bad guy frog people.
Our troubles are over.
Your troubles are over? Really? I just had my sky scale take a dump in your area. Maybe that'll take care of your food problems. I don't know. That just leaves us with 1 hero point left, I do believe. Let's see if we can find it. It is not
The call of
in
the
this
wild
area.
hunt brought me here. Will you help?
Oh, no. No! Where's the hero challenge I'm missing? Why do you hate freedom so much?
Let's head out.
I know these settlements are important.
Oh, I know where it is. Let's cross the bridge. I'm going to AFK a sec, refill my coffee, and be right back. And as threatened, sorry, promised, I'm back. Pardon the unnecessary grunty noises. Let's volunteer to swap to a busier map instance. Awakened Invasions, I already defeated those. My daily gathering yield, because I hadn't changed maps. Oh, bunch of goodies. And I have 1,250 of those already, so yeah. But the last hero point necessary is over here. I have to beat up a bird. Because bird is the word.
Pleasant greeting.
What we do, make things a little bit faster, is we go ahead and we drop a couple of traps.
And glory.
I don't think they actually went off. So we'll see if we can pull them over here. Whoops. So my carefully setting up my traps did nothing, but that's fine.
We heal as one.
That is map completion. Okay, we have not received anything else new. 9 points. Let's see where we were here for skirmishing. And we can get one more. It is a blue, perhaps a fish icon popping out of the water with a surprised emotion indications. The best I can do with it.
Have you ever faced a wave of crate or a horde of undead? No.
Bleeding I inflict is more dangerous. Sure. We want that one. We like
Learn to save
dangerous bleeding. That just really sounded wrong. Let's pretend I didn't say that. Okay?
Ha! Extra damage.
Hover over it. Type class. Ah! Yeah. Thank you. That was my objective, was to finish out this deeply terrible map for this character. We will return to town. We are attempting to manifest a key out of that map completion box by going to the bank. Actually, you don't need to go to the bank. I believe I got a Black Lion chest earlier. And so all I have to do is open that box, and then obviously, because I have the Black Lion chest, obviously I will get the key. I mean, that's just science. No key.
That's cause for celebration.
It's not cause for celebration, dumb character. These are better than what I am wearing. We will wear these. And as is tradition,
now I shall break you.
New attire means new dies. Random dies. In a phrase you may recognize from the internet and Moon Knight, random bullshit go! It's certainly a little less appalling. We have Hazel, Sprig, and Grape Gum.
The greatest adventure ever is under their noses.
I'm trying to cut down on my grape
Walking,
gum.
talking, eating, and sleeping.
Not everyone appreciates the opportunity.
A nice amulet. Technically not an item of attire because it doesn't change your appearance.
They haven't learned enough about the world yet to understand that it needs to be defended. They'll be back.
Oh my god. Why the Silverhair are so full of themselves? Okay, where we need to go is over here. Yeah. Off to Lion's Arch. I will start working on my next map completion for this character. Probably not going to finish it, but we can get a few more levels. There's at least one pet we can get here, too. In Lion's Arch. Oh, Lion's Arch. I was thinking... Yeah, Lion's Arch. There's at least one pet here I know we can get. I think there are actually two that are available. Yes, we'll skip to the end. Thank you. Rocket power! It's like right alongside here. I have tamed a juvenile Crichton Drakehound. We will name him, or her, Purina. But we'll swap back to the Fernhound. But I was here, I figured you might as well get the next juvenile pet. Where we want to go. We'll go Norn. By the way, if you're a Guild Wars 2 player, there is an event going on in here where you can get a few goodies. There's an adventure that turns you into a Skrit. Who doesn't want to be a Skrit? Everyone. Amongst the goodies, you can get 3 Black Lion keys. You can get armor. You can get 2 different kinds of templates are available. The equipment template and the spec template are available. The party hat is available. I will show you that by converting my terrifying looking ranger wardrobe. Let's change that hat into something a bit more festive. He now has a party hat on. It's a new item of attire. We'll go ahead and randomize. Because it does randomize. It has 4 die channels. So we'll randomize the appearance now. And there, it now goes with what we're wearing. We have Gold, Taffy, Core Ice, and Night Iris. I have to say, he's not actually more dignified with the party hat.
It's just me.
Oh well.
He's wrong.
I'm off to the hunt.
And here we are. There is these white things coming from the sky. I think it's called snow. Yeah, I'm not sure. Weird though. Yeah, I don't understand it. I mean, it makes the thing look cold. And it's cold here. I mean, today was like... The high was like 66. Which is 19 Celsius. I mean, that's just freaking cold. I am being a dick about it. Sorry. this is my normal way of leveling up new characters is to do map completions. I do their home map first, the racial map. Racial starting area, I should say that. And then I'll usually do 1 or 2 of the other racial starting area maps. Because they're relatively quick. I'm very, very, very familiar with them, having done them so many times. But Exarch Exegorth here needs he needs a new selection for his glider. 55 today with a little sun. Ugh! God. Obviously, we need to move somewhere nicer. Let's see. What place has nicer climate than the Bay Area? San Diego's about it. Wrong one. Right one. Skirmishing, we don't have quite enough points. I did this, right? I had not done that. I mean, there are places that may have nicer temperatures, but generally speaking, they also have humidity. As an example, I believe if you go to Hawaii, the all-time high temperature is in the 80s. But it's always 80 and humid. And I just can't deal with humid. I'm an enormous candy ass when it comes to weather. Born and raised in the Bay Area. I've seen it snow and stick once in 76, I think. I've seen it not snow and stick and one other time in the Bay Area, where snow was instantly melting when it hit my windshield. It was just a very tiny scattering of it. We don't get the humidity, and when I say we don't get it, we might get once every 5 years, we might get a warm or hot and somewhat. Oh, apparently that one has already been destroyed. Hottish and humid day. Having spent a week in rain and 90 in West Virginia once, I do not consider anything we have had in my entire existence anywhere near as bad as that, weather-wise. And so we Bay Area natives, we are really, really overly in love with our own climate. But I did spend a summer in San Diego once. About 6 weeks in San Diego. That was really nice. Even in the heat of summer, it was still just, it never got blisteringly hot. It was always just really nice. Yeah, I've got a couple of friends who live in Florida. And the humidity, I wouldn't be able to deal with. I'm just too big of a candy ass. I'm honest to God. San Francisco is where we go beastly hot when it's beastly hot in the valley. Yeah, well, the thing is the reason the Bay Area has the weather it does is the water, the ocean water, is warmer north of us and south of us. We get the Arctic flow water And so we have this huge, vast amount of cold seawater, and that keeps the humidity low, and it tends to moderate the temperatures as well, to keep them from getting too hot. Which is why, if you've ever seen, for instance, one of the big surfing contests every year takes place at a beach near Santa Cruz called Mavericks, and you'll see that the surfers are all in wetsuits because the water is so cold off the Bay Area. If you go north into Oregon, Washington, it's not warm water, but it's significantly warmer than what we get here. And if you want actual warm water, LA. I am in Silicon Valley. And grew up mostly in the East Bay. Can I hear your husband explain stuff like, do you like that? What can I say? I tend to, I am a natural explainer. Not that I'm good at it, I just want to explain. Anything I find mildly interesting. Ooh, did you know? The two little lines that run down from your nose, that's the philtrum. Did you know that? No. Do you care? No. Actually, maybe you knew, but do you care? Probably not. I guess some people, we just have a desire for a rational universe. Note, we don't actually get that, but we want a rational universe. And so we seek explanation and feel that explanation provides enlightenment to others, whether they want it or not. I am constantly busting out little known facts and little bits of trivia and stuff like that. I find it interesting, and my default value is, well, everyone else will find that interesting too.
Spirits of the wild welcome you.
Haha, I knocked Marga on her butt.
Bear approves of you. I can feel her little tail wagging in my heart.
Marga's a little bit, mental. Hunter's Tactics. Alright, we get the last trait. Last free one here. This is Hunter's Tactics. You deal more damage and have an increased chance to critically strike while attacking from behind or the side when striking a Defiant foe. Those are Defiant ones, are the ones with break bars. I thought we wanted that one. Yeah, we did want that one. I am not a teacher. I am just an amateur know-it-all. For whatever reason, I have a great memory for utterly useless information. And I do mean generally, completely, utterly freaking useless. Adventure. That stuff sticks in my head. Anything useful? Nah, who needs that? How about obscure poems that I memorized 40 years ago? They're still up there. Where I put my fill in the blank? Nope, can't remember that. 40-year-old poems. Yep, got those. Okay, well, one of them, the first one comes from a story by a Polish science fiction writer named Stanislaw Lem. And he wrote a collection of short stories called the Siberiad, which is about the constant competitions between two robotic creators. And stories about their contests between the two of them. So one of them, called Trurl's Mechanical Versifier, one of the two inventors, has created a poetry writing machine. And you can give it any set of parameters, and it will write the perfect poem. So, being a smartass, which I can certainly identify with, his opponent in these computerized contests, named Klapauschius, wants a noble, lofty, timeless poem about a haircut. 7 lines, cleverly rhymed, every word beginning with the letter S. Seduced, Shaggy Samson snored. She scissored short, sorely shorn, soon shackled slave. Samson sighed, silently scheming, sightlessly seeking some savage, spectacular suicide. "40 years ago. I've got one more that I have memorized. The others I don't remember all of. The next one is called Port Shoem by the Speverand Runer. This is from Monty Python's Big Red Book. Let me find a safe place, because one does not recite poetry in the middle of battle. That would be uncivilized. Now, if you happen to know who Reverend Spooner is, you may know where the poem Port Shoem by the Speverand Runer is going. I've a Gauss and Harden in the country, an ace I call my plum, a treat I can replace to when I bead to me alone. Yes, caterfly and butterpillar perch on beefy low, and I listen to the dats and cogs as they mark and they beow. Yes, wager here is nunderful, there is no weed for nerds, while silling by my window flutter biny little turds. I was involved in college in competitive speaking. Yes, that's a thing. It's called forensics. And that was part of my Poetry of the Absurd program I did. I also did I Sit on the Floor and Pick My Nose from the Harvard Lampoon's Board of the Rings, their parody of Lord of the Rings. I did the Jabberwock. I closed with the Jabberwock. I did a poem by Ogden Nash. I can't remember the name of the poem. But it was just a collection of poetry of the absurd. And I came 1 point from making the finals at the national tournament. Most people were doing, deep, meaningful poetry, and I'm doing stuff that in essence is flipping the bird to the judges. And a couple of the judges didn't like it and marked me down. Totally worth it. unsurprisingly, for anyone who's hung around here, will be able to agree that I am something of a ham. So me doing public speaking competitively, prose interp, poetry interp,
sweet and steady,
impromptu and extemporaneous speaking, duo interp, all the various events. It's one of the things that has made streaming for me easy, is because I did all that competitive public speaking. I've always had a easy gift for bullshit. And that just makes the whole thing much easier. I'm used to talking to people or practicing by talking to myself. And so streaming comes easy for me. I know for a lot of people, the number one fear Americans have, it's not spiders, it's not fear of heights, it's fear of public speaking, being required to speak in public. I had it was required. You had to do a class in public speaking in my university. I didn't want to do it either. But once I started doing it, I found not only was I pretty good at it, but I actually had fun doing it. And so for me, streaming has been easy, but I completely understand why a lot of people would be terrified at the mere idea of streaming. Because working on map completion, you got to do the whole map. Being a bit of a natural ham, I think really helps if you're going to be a streamer. There is a vista here in the dredge caverns that we need. That the way we need to go? No, I don't think so. This is the way. I believe that's the entire south third of the map cleared out. Let me grab that as well. We missed one waypoint. We're not done yet. We need the waypoint. We also need the leopard heart. The old man's brain is turning into cheese whiz. He almost forgot. I forgot to do the snow leopard before. Now the snow leopard heart has a little piece of special tech. The fastest way to get it done is to make sure you play with all of the snow leopard cubs first. As playing with the snow leopard cubs isn't just, I wish I got to play with the snow leopard cubs. It also is the fastest amount of progress you can make on the heart. But it is on a shared cooldown. Which means that if anyone else has done it recently, you can't. For instance, that one is currently highlighted, but I can't do anything with it because somebody else has recently done so. I need to be turned into a snow.
I crept alone into the heart of a dredge camp. I've returned with a tale of triumph.
Oh, it is the dredge. All snarl. I will resurrect this snow leopard. You know, us leopards, we gotta help each other out. Res. The player here is beating up the white moa. Dude, stomp the dredge tunnels. It brings up dredge that you can kill. Wow, somebody's a bit of a drama queen. I'll res him. Fine. Oh, what a whiner. Can't wear, can't use, can't use.
Affirmative.
A bit of luck. Butter, I always wonder about the NPCs that carry butter. Yes, we're going out on a raid. What are you bringing? I'm bringing a mace. I'm bringing pistols. I've got the butter. Just don't know. You know? All right, off to the northern 2/3 of the map. Close to level 25. Level 25 will be 10 levels tonight for this character. So close. Here it comes. It's coming in. Incoming. Coming in and incoming. Oh. Crafting mats. Introduction. That's my herald. Add 6 more points. We need more points. Train the next majors. Oh, I got something there. That was, completing events. That gave me another 1/3 of a level right there. Just boom. While I'm sitting here picking my nose. Remember, you can pick your friends. And you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Benjamin Franklin. Of course he said that. Do you think I would make that up? Of course I wouldn't make it up. Somebody else made it up. Best of my knowledge, Ben Franklin did not ever actually say that. Although, you can kind of see him saying it. or at least, giggling to himself when someone else said it before he would tut and write that note down later. Use the joke. I'm going to run around. I'm going to grab a couple more hero points. That'll get us enough to open up that first major trait.
Street flash, foot on an above. Up for a challenge?
Sure, I'm up for a challenge.
Water washes the surface. Battle alone can cleanse your insides.
Come on.
Swift and steady.
Swift and steady. Hey, dude, you got a lot of blades on you. You're bleeding a lot. Wow. Oh, my goodness. That must be smart.
Now you're truly cleansed. Back in the steam with you.
Back in the steam with you. One more hero point. Ooh. The, catching the kegs is working. It's a, oh, that's not the, hero point. That's the heart. Well, we can get that hero. Bing, bing. Normally, one of the mechanics you use to finish out this heart right here is broken. It's currently working again, which means they'll break it sometime in the next week or two, almost certainly. It never seems to work for longer than a couple of weeks before they do something that breaks it again.
Oh, traveler.
All right, we talked to him. I can handle it. He has given me worm brew. Don't ask. Cold filtered worm tincture. No thanks. I'm trying to cut down on my worm juice. All right, that did get us up to 8, so we can now get the skirmishing. Open up the first skirmishing. Wrong button, right button. When swapping weapons, gain quickness. The next ranger weapon skill will recharge faster. So quickness is inherently good. All of your skills and actions go off significantly faster. Quickness is kind of broken now. It's become so dyed into the game, so graven in stone into the game that we can't, devs I don't think can get rid of it, because they'd have to refactor every single freaking fight in the game. Quickness and alacrity. Quickness makes all of your skills go off faster. Alacrity makes the cooldown go faster. And between the two of them, well, I mean, every group of 5 or 2 groups of 5 for a raid is going to want quickness and alacrity in both groups. They are that important that everything else is sort of secondary to them. 25 might? Yeah, we want 25 might. Well, it's either that or quickness. Oh, well, we want quickness then. I think I am going to call it an evening here. This seems like an appropriate place to do so. Oh, pardon me as I stretch in front of you and make grunty noises, and maybe you can hear a pop or two from the old man's bones. I will be back tomorrow at the usual time, possibly a little earlier, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Probably with City of Heroes. They just had a patch with a new power added to the game, Sonic Melee, I believe. And so maybe a scrapper or a brawler and trying out the new power set in City of Heroes. I will also be enjoying adult leisure beverages to excess.
But I like bear too. Oh, but snow
And I will give thanks for those adult leisure beverages in excess. But I want to thank you guys, as always, for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. I'm back tomorrow. Hopefully, you will see me soon. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night, possibly Thursday morning. For those of you who will be celebrating American Thanksgiving, I hope it goes great for you. I hope any family issues are tamped down and everyone plays nice for the day. If you're a football fan, I hope you enjoy the games. And regardless, I hope you just stuff yourself, gorge yourself to the point of being ill to the gills. Turkey and stuffing and pumpkin pie and all those good things. I'll be doing turkey sandwiches and stuffing. Again, thank you all for hanging. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great Thanksgiving if you're an American, or in America, or hey, if you're elsewhere, have a great American Thanksgiving. We do turkey and stuffing. Possibly ham. But I'm going to call it an evening. Again, thanks guys for hanging. Take care, and ciao for now.